Welcome to the Bio-Optronics Biopoint PI step-by-step tutorial. This tutorial will step you through the process of downloading patients, updating clinical indicators, and printing wristbands or wristband and label combinations. To open up the application, simply double-click on the Biopoint PI icon on your desktop. The first function that the application will do is go out to see if there's a new version of the application available. If there is, it will automatically download one for you. If the application has never been installed on the desktop, click the Install button and wait several moments for the application to be downloaded onto your workstation. Once the installation has been completed, your application sign-in screen will be displayed. From here, you would enter your normal Vista access and verify codes, and the application will open directly to the patient list. Patient list is a listing of all of the patients for your particular area. At any time, you can click on the View List to return to the patient list screen. The refresh button on the left-hand side will update your clinical indicators based on any other inputs that other staff members have made. The print button will print the selected patient. A print preview will present you with an overview of what the wristband or wristband and label printout will be. Walk-up will take you to a screen that will enable you to search the entire Vista file structure for your facility for patients. Vista Refresh will go out and either download your clinic appointments or your inpatient census based on the area that you have selected. Fill blank images will go out to the VHIC photo system and download any photos that have been updated since the last refresh. To update the patient's information, simply double-click on the row. You'll notice here that the allergy and ADR information comes down automatically. Below that are the warning flags. We'll return to that in just a moment. Continuing counterclockwise, you'll see the area, some basic demographic information, and the patient's photo. You'll see the update or refresh image button right here, so at any time you can click that. To the right of the photo, you'll see the save, print, and edit buttons. Okay. To add any additional clinical indicators, just hit the plus button, and a complete listing of the options available for your facility will be displayed. Simply double-click to add them to the patient's list, and then click Save. By opening the record back up, you'll notice that it has saved. We'll just take the DNR off by double-clicking it to return it to the right-hand listing. Okay. At this point, you can go ahead and hit Save again. Okay. We'll open up the same record one more time. From here, you can print. You can also edit. Edit will give you the ability to change the area. So if you know the patient is going to be transferred to another location in your hospital, you can always select that from the listing. To close without making any changes, on the right-hand side, just hit the Close button. Okay. Open it back up. You can also double-click on the row to close the record again. Okay. Accessing a sensitive record, you will need to verify your acknowledgement that you are accessing a sensitive record. This information is then stored in the application's audit trail, so the ISO has the ability to run a report on that. We'll just close this back up. We'll go ahead and open up the patient's record here again, and we'll go ahead and print this wristband. This design is my demo or my tutorial design. Your specific wristband design or wristband and label combination may look different. Okay. At the top of the screen, you'll see the refresh, print, as well as a drop-down list here that gives you the ability to select any of the different wristband or wristband and label combinations that you have at your facility. Some locations have a missing patient poster or a wallet card. You also have the ability to set any of the wristband options as your default. That will set that as a default for this particular workstation, and it will not be affected by any other users of the application. To print the wristband, simply click the Print button. We'll go back to the patient list. I do have some basic filtering capabilities here, so I can enter the patient's last name or first name in. I can also display any of the inactive or discharged patients. I also have the ability to filter for specific areas. So I can select any of these particular locations to filter. I can also click on the column heading to sort by that particular column. So if I clicked on the last name, it would sort by the last name alphabetically. If I clicked again, it would be a reverse alphabetical listing. To print a wristband, simply identify them, hit the print button. It takes you right to the print screen. From here, you would hit the print button and out the wristband would come. You also have the ability to select multiple patients by holding the control key down and single clicking the individuals that you wish to print, or do a print preview, which is what I'll do now. So I've selected 5 patients for a print preview, and you'll see here I have the option here that I can actually go right down through and view every single one of those records before I print them. When I hit the print button, it will print them in order, one right after another. To identify a patient or pull an individual's record out of your Vista file structure for printing a wristband, you would simply click on the walk up button. It will take you to the walk up screen where you would enter the search criteria. You can search by last name, comma, first name. You can also search by the first letter of the last name and the last 4 of the Social Security number. Once the list has been provided to you, you can simply double click on the name, or any of the standard application functions from this point. Okay. Back to our patient list. We talked about the different buttons here on the left-hand side. We talked about the filtering and sorting capabilities. We identified how to highlight a patient, double click, and update any clinical indicators that they may have. By clicking the edit button, I can change the location of that patient. I would save it if I want to retain that information, or I can X out of that to close the information without saving it. Based on your application permissions, you may also have the ability to predefine your wristband printer by clicking on the setup button here and user settings. You'll see here that the login, this is where I can determine what my default area would be. If I clicked on printing, this is my default design as well as my default printer. And then miscellaneous would be pinning the navigation bar. And we strongly suggest that you leave this pinned, because if you unpin it, this will hide. To regain access to it, you will simply click on the people button here. Okay. So once again, from the patient list screen, you would click on the setup button, go to user settings, update your default area, your printing options, the output design, as well as the printer, and your navigation options. Again, we'll go back to the patient list. This concludes the Biopoint PI tutorial. For additional information or issues that you'd like to report, please email us at support@bio-optronics.com or call us on the number located on your screen now. Thank you and have a great day.